456 real contestants, a $456,000 cash prize. To recreate the Netflix show Squid Game in real life, it took a budget of $3.5 million, executed in mere weeks. To ground the project in reality, the production hired the ATS team, the same crew responsible for constructing the colossal physical challenges seen on Ninja Warrior. Building physical challenges at that scale usually requires massive corporate backing and strict network safety protocols. Attempting to replicate fictional, lethal games independently carries intense physical and financial risks. By pulling it off, the channel executed an independent production rivaling Hollywood scale. This sheer physical presence set the audience up for a massive psychological trick. Because viewers saw real people interacting with giant, tangible rooms and solid physical sets, they bypassed their natural skepticism.
They trusted that everything on screen was physically there, but the most dangerous events, the towering glass bridge and the lethal drop in the tug-of-war pit, were filmed mere inches off the ground inside a flat warehouse. Visual effects artists from So Crispy Media used Unreal Engine and blue screens to digitally composite those terrifying drops into the background. The illusion successfully fooled 400 million viewers who never questioned the reality of the footage. Professional visual effects and practical Hollywood-tier sets are incredibly expensive. Traditional television relies on massive corporate budgets to fund these illusions. So how does an independent 20-something creator afford a $3.5 million production out of pocket? There is no traditional studio involved, and there is no secret billionaire backer. The capital required to fund this impossible spectacle comes from a highly optimized economic engine powered entirely by the viewers themselves. This chart illustrates two very different financial models. On the left, a broadcast television network provides a stable, contracted budget. On the right, a YouTube creator operates in a precarious, real-time gig economy driven entirely by performance metrics. MrBeast pours massive capital into spectacular stunts to artificially drive up his click-through rates and keep viewers watching until the very last second. Those precise retention metrics signal the algorithm to serve up millions of ads, triggering huge payouts from AdSense and driving highly lucrative brand sponsorships. Rather than pocketing the profits, he funnels that money straight back into the start of the loop. That immediate reinvestment pays for an even larger, more expensive spectacle, which starts the cycle over again. Mastering this algorithm-driven model allows an independent creator to achieve a financial footprint rivaling technology companies. He has perfected an industrialized financial feedback loop, one that monetizes human attention at a scale never before seen in entertainment. In the late 1970s, a Marxist communication theorist named Dallas Smythe developed a framework to explain exactly how this works. He called it the audience commodity. Smythe argued that viewers perform unpaid labor simply by consuming media. Watching advertisements creates value, which the broadcaster then packages and sells to companies for profit. MrBeast explicitly embraces and gamifies this concept under the banner of philanthropy. He openly tells his fans that his charity work is, quote, literally funded by your eyeballs. Traditional media telethons spend hours begging you to open your wallet and donate your hard-earned cash. This model only asks you to donate your time and attention. Every person watching becomes an active, unknowing workforce, generating raw capital required to fund a nearly $500,000 prize pool while being entertained. At the end of the real-life games, contestant 079, a man named Calm, survives the final round. He wins the staggering $456,000 prize, and nobody actually gets hurt. Calm immediately outlined his plans for the money, helping his family and giving back to his community. It cemented the entire video as a massive triumph of modern charity. That uplifting real-world result sits in sharp contrast to the original Netflix series, which was written as a bleak, brutal critique of late-stage capitalism. By stripping away the lethal consequences and substituting exploding dye packs for bullets, the YouTube production successfully repackaged a horrifying dystopian critique into a feel-good philanthropic victory. Despite the wholesome outcome, the YouTube video shares the exact structural power dynamics of the show it mimics. Both scenarios feature an unimaginably wealthy elite recruiting average citizens, many desperate for capital, to compete for life-altering wealth for the sake of entertainment.
wealthy creators often miss the point of class critiques, turning narratives about poverty into fun challenges or aesthetic party themes. Reconstructing the sets of Squid Game effectively rebuilt its economic ecosystem, with the audience commodity standing in for the show's fictional VIPs. Convincing hundreds of millions of people to willingly fund the exact dystopian machine the original show warned them about is the video's most effective illusion.